Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Holly and I'm the Child and Youth Development Programmer at the Petawawa Military Family Resource Center. Today we're going to be doing an activity out of our Crafternoon program. If you're looking for a motivation to get up and get outside, this will definitely be it. We're going to be making frozen sun catchers. These are truly simple to make, they're a lot of fun, and they'll sparkle beautifully in the sun. So let's talk about the supplies you're going to need in order to make your very own. First, you're going to need a container. So I'm using a pie pan, but you guys can use a container that maybe you're going to recycle. As long as it holds water, it's going to work. You'll need string, scissors, water. The amount of water will depend on the size of the container you're using. And then you're going to go outside and gather up a bunch of nature's treasures. I'm also going to make a sun catcher for our furry and feathered friends that are high in energy by using fruits. Last but not least, you're going to need your hats, mittens, and warm clothes so you stay nice and cozy on your adventures. So let's get started in making your very own frozen sun catcher. So let's start off with our Nature Treasures sun catcher. So these are some items that I found on my adventures outside. So I found this that used to be a beautiful flower. It's now dried up, but it'll still be a great addition to my sun catcher. I found a leaf. It's nice and crunchy now. I found a stem of grass. It was actually a plant. It was under my deck, so it still has its green colors because it wasn't covered in the snow. I'm going to be using pine needles that I cut off of a pine tree. And then these furry little guys were off of my clematis flower that are now nice and furry. They've dried all up. They're pretty neat and they're nice and soft to the touch. And last but not least this is from our sumac tree. So we have lots of sumac trees in our backyard, and these are the seeds. So I'm not sure if you've ever touched one before, but the branches are furry as well as the seeds. And I thought the red would be a great addition to add some nice, bright, vibrant colors to my Nature Treasures sun catcher. Parents, this is a great opportunity while you're outside on your adventures to discuss some trees and plants that you discover on your adventure with your children. I simply take my scissors and I'm going to cut off some of the stems from my flower, and I'll also fill up my container nicely too, like that. Next, I'm going to take, I've already cut these pine branches down, so they're perfect size. I'm just going to place those in there. And then my little dried up flowers. My leaf that's nice and big. And then my stems, my grass stems, I'm just going to kind of tear a few of them apart so that it covers the bottom. And then lastly, I'm going to use my sumac seeds. So I have scissors and I'm just going to simply cut some seeds off and let them fall wherever they like to land. Add to the natural look like that. As you can see, it's going to add a nice color to my sun catcher. Cut a little bit more off here, and there you go. So I think that's enough for now. Then you can separate it and place it as wherever you like. And then lastly, you're going to take your water and you're just going to simply pour it until hopefully it covers all the items that you included in your sun catcher. Pour, 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 pour. Some of the items you might see, they're floating, and that's okay. If they float to the top, sometimes they'll sink. Other times, you might just have a piece hanging out, and that's totally okay. There. So now that you have your water in, you're going to take your string. So a neat trick that I learned is this is the string I'm using. It's the jute twine. So because it is a nice material, it's going to soak in the water. So it actually sinks into your ice. So this is what you're going to use to hang your sun catcher onto your tree. So it's a good idea to use a string that is submersible. So that means that it'll go into the water. It might not do it right away, Oh, it is going to do that. So you want to make sure that your string is into the water, because that's going to be your support for holding your, for hanging your sun catcher onto the tree. So now that this is completed, I'm going to place it outside and wait for it to freeze. Now for our sun catcher that we're going to use for our feathered and furry friends, we're going to fill it with high energy fruits. So I'm going to use some oranges. As you can see, I'm using a heart-shaped container for this one because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so I thought it'd be a neat container to use just to get a little bit festive. I'm using oranges and some berries, so strawberries and blueberries, along with oranges. So as the suncatcher melts, the birds and chipmunks or any other little furry friends that you have outside in your yard will enjoy this high energy snack. So once you have your fruit in there, again, you're gonna fill your container with water and then place your string in there and then set it outside to freeze. Once your sun catcher is frozen, then you just bring your plate inside. You let it thaw just shortly, long enough for it to be easily pulled out of the pan. So I wanted to show you guys, this is our Nature Treasure sun catcher. Isn't it pretty? And then I wanted to show you an example of one that I made up for the birds and the chipmunks that I'm sure will be a welcome treat for them. And this is the heart-shaped strawberry one I made. So the orange and strawberry one I showed you on video is outside freezing, but this is the effect, the finished product of the frozen strawberry heart that I made. As you can see, the strawberries actually bled into the water and left it with a beautiful red color. So that'll be really pretty hanging from a tree outside. So that is 2 examples of finished products of our frozen sun catchers. I hope you guys have so much fun creating your own, and don't forget to send me photos. I'd love to see them. Have a great day. Bye.